Hi, this is Happy Bird from happybirdsglitternest.blogspot.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make these cute little felt tassel angels to hang from your tree. These were so easy to put together and they were a lot of fun to make, so I hope you stay tuned and I'll show you how to make these. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is choose your color of rectangle that you want. And I chose this pretty baby blue color that I bought at Walmart for 23 cents. And you're going to need to cut 4.5 inches wide by 2 1/4 inch tall. Okay? So once you have that, grab your long blade scissors and you're going to cut little strips up until about 1/2 inch. You want to leave that space solid, okay? Like this. See, then I'm going to stop right about there because I'm going to need something to roll this up with. Now take your time doing this so you don't accidentally cut one off. Ask me how I know. There's no reason to rush, just take your time. And I know it won't be 100% perfect as far as cutting and stopping at a certain point, but just do the best you can. And I think the long blade scissors work best for me. And I'm just going to keep going until I reach the end. And although you try to keep them somewhat uniform, the little strips, they won't be 100% perfect either, but that's okay because this will still look really cute. I just try to go fairly slow. Okay, so we have what looks like this. And I'm going to lay this down. Alright, and then next you're going to take a piece of the diamond bling mesh and kind of measure it up against this so you'll know how much to cut. It needs to be the same size. And I already did that right here. Now if you notice, they're all cut apart. Now these are, I'm going to call these stones. These are 8 stones tall. And what I did with my precision scissors is I went in and snipped it all except the last 2. I left that on and I just did each one. And I found a little trick when snipping these to make less work for you when you have to go back and cut off all the little fuzzies in between. So I left these 2, the last 2 together for a reason. I left it here to show you. So if you cut as close as you can to the row of rhinestones next to the other row, then you can see you don't have fuzzies to cut off there. You only have fuzzies to cut off on one side. Okay, like that. So that's just a little time saver. And then that way you'll be cutting off fuzzies on one side instead of both sides. That can be tedious. Okay, so we're going to glue these on. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is place some hot glue right across the top here. And then we're going to lay the top part that we didn't snip right there. Okay. I think we got a little bit of hot glue on top of this, but that's okay because that'll be rolled right in, and you'll see what I mean in a bit. Okay. So we have what looks like this so far. Okay? All right. So now the next thing we're going to do is roll this up. Get a piece of wax paper for this. Okay. Okay. So since I made a little bit of a mess there, I'm going to start on this side, so it'll be on the inside of the roll. Just going to put a little dot of hot glue here to get it started and fold this over. And I'm just going to hold it there for just a second. Like that. Okay. So now when you roll this, you're going to roll this slowly. And then just kind of pull back and roll. Pull back and roll. Just so this will be nice and snug. And kind of even here, so you want to make sure it's I know it's not going to be perfect, but like I said, do the best you can. And I find that when I move a little slower doing these type crafts, then I have less mistakes. Okay. So there we go, like that. So now I'm just going to hold this and put a little bit of hot glue in here. And then close this. I'm going to hold it there for a few seconds. My hands are freezing, so it's hard to feel sometimes. It's cold today. Okay, so now I'm just going to shake it out like that. Now this will be the back part where we closed it off here. And I have these little wings, and I bought these off eBay a while back now. And they're little angel wings. You can use any angel wings you'd like, but like I said, I did buy these off eBay. If you're searching for these, they do have them. If you type in the search bar padded angel wings and then look under crafts, then you'll see a whole bunch of them there. And some of the sellers are in China and some are in the US. Yeah, I'm not sure if they have these on AliExpress or any of the others, but okay. Now to measure these, I think they were about 2 1/4 inches long, but let me double check that. Yeah. See it right here? That's where it stops. It's about 2 1/4 inches long. The actual height of the wing doesn't matter. It's the length, or I should say the width, excuse me, that you're looking for. Okay? So it's about 2 1/4 inches. Or you can make your own. Now one thing that I've discovered with these angel wings that I really liked was the fact that I could take my silver leafing pen or my gold leafing pen and actually outline this. And I'll show you how I did that. Now this isn't a requirement, this is just something I want to show you. Just like that. Of course this is paint, so you'll have to let it dry. And like I said before, this is not something you have to do. See, it really, I thought it made a nice little outline. So I'm going to place that there in the corner. I don't know if you can, or just like that. And I'm going to allow it to dry just like I would regular paint. I'm not going to try to pick it up too soon because I don't want to mess all over my fingers and ruin my angel wings. So I'm going to allow that to dry, then I'll be back. Okay, so we'll be gluing these wings onto the back right here where the seam is. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of hot glue right across here. And just glue it right here on the seam. And I'm going to be looking from the front to make sure that both of the wings are even and one doesn't have more of a wing on this side and less of a wing on this side, on the other side. So that looks pretty good. So I'm just going to hold it there for a second and shake it out. Okay, we'll put the bling on after we put the head on. Okay, so now you're going to need an acrylic pearl. This is very lightweight, it's not glass, it's acrylic. And you can use a 13mm or a 14mm. So I'm going to slip this onto this 2-inch head pin. And then I'm going to place on a 12mm crystal rondelle spacer bead. Now you can buy these at Michael's. They're hanging up in the section where all the beads are. Or you can order them online as well. So I'm just going to slide this on. And then I have a little 6/0 E bead that I'm just placing at the top here. It's round. So it looks just like that. And so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my my little memory wire finishing pliers. Now you can certainly use your round nose pliers. That would be just fine. But I have these, so I'm going to be using these. And I'm using the larger peg. And I'm just going to roll and keep rolling until I get to the top of the head. I'll just kind of tap this together and maybe even give it a little bit of a back bend like this. Okay? And you're going to want to keep this loop where the eyes are on the sides like this, so you can slip a ribbon through like this. Just slip the ribbon through. If this is in the front like this, it's not going to work. You won't be able to hang it on your tree with a ribbon. Okay, so we want it side to side. So we're going to pick this up, and I'm going to put some hot glue on here, all the while making sure that this is side to side. Okay, so I'm going to put some hot glue right here in the middle, and I'm going to place this head on, making sure that loop is side to side. And I'm just going to hold it on here and press gently down for a few minutes. And it does grab very well. I'm using the Gorilla Glue sticks. Okay. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is place the bling here. Now this is very lightweight. This is not metal, this is acrylic. And I purchased this from one of my favorite bling sellers, and I'll go ahead and give you that information. The first comment below, if you can click on my blog, then when that page opens up, just click on the picture and the link will be right there for you. Okay? Now, I want to place this to where it covers up a lot of this part here at the top. Just like that. Okay? And so the best embellishment to use should be about 22 inches. That's how big this is at the widest part from side to side. It's, oh, I said 22 inches, didn't I? I meant 22 millimeters. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm just going to place some hot glue right here. And I'm going to place this acrylic heart right here. And I'm going to hold it because I want it not to slide around. I want to make sure that it's grabbing. Okay, here we go. Alright, and just you can kind of shake this out afterwards to fix the dress. So the last thing we're going to do is we're going to slide a little ribbon through here. So I'll go grab a piece of ribbon. Okay, so I'll be using this 1/4 inch organza ribbon that's really strong, and it's actually made for necklaces, and I've talked to you about this before a few times on my other ornament videos about where you can find this. And so I just slid it through. And I'm just going to tie an overhand knot. Then snip this off. And then there we go. Let me move the camera up a little bit. And show you. And you can kind of shake it out a little bit, like that. Thought it turned out pretty. And here's the pink one. I'm going to do the same thing with her, just kind of shake her out a little bit. There we go. And so there you have it. I think they turned out pretty cute. And I hope you give this a try because it really is easy. It's just a matter of taking a little time to do some snipping. But I think these turned out pretty cute, and I hope you give them a try. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. And God bless you, and have a Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.